Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Mezco exclusive Junkyard Joe. Now, I didn't know anything about this character. I didn't know what he was. He is some sort of Vietnam robot. He comes with a really cool M16. I was on the fence about whether or not to order him from Mezco, and then I finally bit the bullet. Did it. But what I did do today while I was waiting, knowing that he was going to come, I Googled it to see if anyone else reviewed him, what he was about, and luckily for me, JLS Comics did a Who is Junkyard Joe. So in the description, I will drop a link to his video. It's about 12 minutes long. It's actually really entertaining and really informative, shall I say. It's an image comic that was done. I think some figures fell back there. It's pretty entertaining and very interesting, I guess you could say. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this. Here is the box that he does come in. I can tell you that it is a Mezco exclusive Junkyard Joe. As you can see, he's like a robot. He's Vietnam digs here. Here you can see him talking to some other soldiers with his M16 on the back here. Now, I'm assuming this is something from the image comic book, because this is where he does come from. So anyway, we're going to take a look at it. This will be the first non-G.I. Joe Mezco that I own. I did try and review a Mezco Bishop, but unfortunately his leg broke. So I wasn't able to complete the... Well, I guess I did review him, unfortunately, with a broken leg, so I really couldn't articulate him and everything. But we're going to take a look at this. But before we do, if you like this type of content, you like Mezco stuff, you like what I give you, I show you everything, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something from Mezco. Now let's take a look at it. Alright, so I got them out, and if you really want to see how Mezcos are packaged, you can go back and watch one of the older videos. I'm not going to unpackage everything. There is a lot of stuff when it comes to a Mezco. You're also paying a premium price. So the first thing that all Mezcos come with is a nice little bag. So you can put all the accessories, hands, different things like that you're not using in here. You jot down what figure it goes to. This way you know exactly who they go to. All right. Every Mezco comes with this stand. So this one here has Junkyard Joe over it. And it does have its own peg. Now this peg is not the same size for a classified Marvel, Marvel Legend. It's not your standard size peg. It is a bigger one. Now here you can push it out, and then you can make it a flight stand if you want. Then this just plugs right in. So all you gotta do, push this thing out, the peg will come out, put it in the bag, and then you can have a flight stand, and these flight stands are actually really nice. Again, I don't really use stands. This I can accept, if you just had him by himself downstairs and it says who he is. All right, so here's everything that he comes with, and I feel like he maybe comes with a little less than some of the Joes, and I'm actually okay with that because he still does come with an awful lot. So the first thing that we'll take a look at is he comes with 2 blast effects, which we've seen these before. These are the larger blast effects. So here's one. It's translucent. This peg here is smaller than Joe pegs. All right. So if you wanted to use this on a classified gun, a Valiverse gun, gridiron gun, got to throw a little bit of sticky tack on it. It will hold on there. But these all look really nice. It's a nice little blast effect. Really works good with the machine guns. And then same with this one here. This one here, you can see the bullet that is actually painted on it. So I absolutely love this one. I think it does look pretty damn good. All right. Here we have a piece that is going to go over. This is the holster for the pistol. It's going to clasp together. So again, soft goods is what Mezco is known for. You got some nice little hooks here. All right, so it's going to stay in place exactly where you need to. And I guess you could use it for pretty much any figure. Any figure that's a, 1/12 scale figure. But, quickly, I should mention, this is all material, right? Soft goods. And then you have all your little... I never realized that's what it's for, to clasp it in different spots. And then this here is going to fold over, and it's actually on... It's got a wire in here, so you can just fold it over, and then it will hide the pistol, or holster the pistol. All right, so he comes with lots of different hands. So on him, he just has some open hands. We have fist hands for each fist. Okay. We have his trigger hands. Now looking at these here, you can look at the sculpting on him. He is a robot. It's like we got nice little joints there. And it looks to me like this is actually painted differently. So you do have some paint to it. Like obviously this here, you can tell that those are painted. More silver, where the hand is like more of a metallic gray. And it looks like they actually painted in the little joints. At least that's how it's looking on camera. So he has two different trigger hands. Let's see, we have a pointing finger. We have a salute hand, because once again, he is a soldier. So he's going to salute with this hand. We have a holding hand. I'm not sure what he's going to be holding. All right. You could also use it as a trigger finger if you really wanted to, but I believe this guy, oh, he actually has some stuff to actually hold. So, and then he has a gripping hand for his left hand, where the finger is, the pinky is held under. So maybe this is another holding hand. Be interesting once we get to the accessories. Here we have something else. Is that a trigger? So it looks like the fingers are... This is another holding hand. I was trying to see if the trigger finger was separate. And then here it looks like he has another holding hand. I guess once we get to the accessories, we'll see. And then here we have a cards hand. So there must be something in the lore where he plays with cards. I'm glad that they give you a hand where he's actually holding the cards, because we've seen how some things don't want to stay together. All right. So he comes with a coffee mug, so you can actually fill it up. Look how dinged up it looks. All right. So it definitely looks dinged up, kind of beat up, which I kind of like. It just shows that it's been through the battles with him. Here we have his canteen, because he's got to have some water. Although I'm assuming when he finds out that he's a robot, he's not going to be drinking very much. I think Duke comes with this. All right. So here we have a chocolate bar, Chark bar. All right. It is not a frozen fudgy, but look at this. Look at the silver on it. And we all saw this before. It's supposed to slide right out. Really cool. Nice design. Again, you can use this with any of your figures. Great accessories that Mezco ends up giving you. I don't know if you saw these. He comes with his dog tags. All right. And it has his actual logo on it there. Nothing on that side. So just two different logos. Again, something like this goes really far, and it's actually on a real chain. So unlike the classified ones that they gave you with the, I believe the divers, these ones are actually going to move and sit properly, or Major Blood. All right. Here we have Ghost cigarettes. So I think he has just two. I think they're the exact same. Yeah, they don't look any different. So you have 2 packs of cigarettes. This will go real far for a lot of you guys out there. Here we have the knife sheath, which is going to hook around. Now, I like that they put a little hook here. See right there? They put that little hook there. I think it's Duke, or maybe it was Snake Eyes. I don't know. Very frustrating that this thing went on. They had one, and it did not stay on. Extremely frustrating. Then here is the knife for that's technically a bayonet. You can see it's kind of plug on right there. You can see how it notches in there. Knife looks good. It even has some wear on it, which I really do like. Nice black handle. I think we can slide that right on in there. No problem. It can come loose, so just be careful with it. You really don't want to lose that. That is for sure. We have 3 different grenades. All right, so here is one of the grenades. I believe we saw this was one of the G.I. Joe figures. They reuse a lot of stuff, and that is perfectly fine. That's how you get your money's worth. Good looking grenade, and they give you 3. I'm not sure where we're going to put them or where I would put them. All right, and then we get his Colt 45. Maybe I'm wrong, but I believe this is what was really used in the Vietnam era. Let's see. It slides back, so it does have the slide action, and this is nice and tight. I know, that's what she said. So, that is nice. You can see when it has ran out of ammunition there. And slide it back, and we've had... Oh. No, don't push it too hard, or else the whole thing comes off. Hopefully I didn't break that. That would be very disappointing. Nope, it just goes right back on. Just be careful with that. I guess you can take it apart if need be. The other ones are more lined up there. It's supposed to be like that. I don't think it's supposed to come off. I wouldn't say it broke, but it is... I guess you can just pop it apart. I'm not a gun aficionado, so I don't know if that's... But I really don't want to play with that too much. So, as I'm playing with it more and more. But the detail on this is really nice. As the barrel is a little bit of a different color. You got your black grip. The rivets here that hold it together. Every Mezco has a removable magazine. There you can see a nice bullet painted onto it. And then you have, and they all come with at least 1 extra magazine with, once again, bullet painted on it. Over here, we have his set so he can cook and do all that other good stuff. I kind of remember having one of these that I got in the Cub Scouts and Weeblo, I believe, for selling. What did I sell there? Candy bars is what we sold. And it's going to clip onto them, so hopefully there's a clip somewhere that this is going to attach to. But again, pretty cool. Look at that detail. The fact that they do this silver, this green is just a bit different. All right, but just be careful. You don't want to break that thing off. Here we have his helmet. All right, looks like it's going to slide on. The straps are not going to connect. And you can tell this thing has even taken some fire from bullets. But I do like the design on it. Nice strap that runs around. Is nice and green. Obviously, that's what you want in Vietnam. So there you go with that. And then we get to the M16, which I still think is one of the best looking rifles ever. I don't think it's ever really going to go out of style, even though some people think it's not a good looking rifle. So, there we have a port for the blast effects. The barrel is a little bit different than, well, I'm sorry, this is the barrel. Whatever this piece is called, I don't know if it's all called a whole barrel. Again, not a gun aficionado. But painted here, stock is painted. It has a nice sling, so you don't have to create your own. And you can unclip it. I can't see myself unclipping it. We've got the nice handle. This looks like everything you've ever seen in a Vietnam movie. All right. That detail is nice. Again, that magazine does come out. And then you have the bullet painted on there. And once again, an extra magazine. So usually Mezco, at least with the G.I. Joes, I thought they were giving 3 magazines. Maybe I'm wrong because they had so many extra guns. But this soft good here, you can... I think we can make it a little bit longer. No, maybe not. Maybe it's just that length. They just put that in to give you the idea that it can be made longer and smaller. But I'm fine with where it's at. All right. Now let's take a look at our Junkyard Joe. And again, he is a robot, so that is what we're seeing. And once again, Mezco is known for their soft goods. So everything is going to be covered. As I'm feeling, just kind of feeling through here. If I pull up the jacket, I don't know if the jacket, I don't think it's supposed to come off. So I'm not going to try. But anyway, quickly, we'll take a look at this figure. And there you have his eyes. He's got this mouth here. I'm not really sure when, again, I encourage you to go read the Who is Junkyard Joe from JLS Comics. I think you'll learn a lot in what actually happens to him here. So he's got some vents here, obviously, so he can't overheat. There's his port for his speaking. You can even tell he looks like he's taken some damage on the top. Nice little cut over the head. But I like the green here. Different green for the mask. Those eyes just kind of give you a nice look to them. Soft goods. Joseph Army. And there is a story that he picks up a deceased soldier's uniform and puts it on, and it's Joseph. So I don't believe that is his actual name. But all in all, looking at the soft goods, it looks really, really good. All right. Looking at his hands and his arms, you can see where it's all mechanical right here. Even on the back. Again, I don't know the lore. I don't know how much he looks like it. And it's just regular army fatigues. And you get down to the boots, where you can take a look. You can see exactly where the shoelaces are. And on the bottom, you can make some nice footprints in the mud, in the dirt, if you are a heathen like Action Figs Ed. So, articulation here. He can not really look up, but he can look down. Wish you could look up more. His neck is articulated to move back and forth. You can turn side to side a little and move side to side. So always be careful with Mezco, as once you have the soft goods here, make it really hard to know if you're putting stress on any of the joints. Normally, they are super smooth. I don't know how this one's going to be due to him being designed completely different. So there's your T-pose. And turn his arms. He's got double joints here. Now, are they pinless? I believe so. But if they're hidden, does it even matter? The answer is no. So he's not pinless, but I guess he shouldn't be because he's a robot. So they're actually, I mean, to me, this looks like it's how it's supposed to be. I would assume if we went and looked at the comic and maybe we saw him without this, you would know. So his arms at least go all the way up. There is some robot design to it. So I think that is actually pretty cool. All right, he can turn his arms or turn his hands. Obviously no cut there. Now this is what we really need to worry, or not worry, but be mindful, is when you are moving this around without being able to see where the joints are. You don't want to push it down. He is a very thin body. All right. So he has a diaphragm cut. I can feel it across here. So he kind of rocks around. He can turn side to side to a point. All right. I don't want to take too much off. So I think that he's... Yeah, so I pull this up here. It looks like he just has a regular body underneath him. Same if I tried to pull the legs off. I am not one of those people that's even about to do that. But if that's what you want to do, you can go for it. All right. Going down to the legs. You can only go about that far. You really have to be careful because when the pants are tucked in like this, and it's this more canvas style, you only have so much range of motion. All right. Does have a thigh. Is it a thigh? I don't think it's thigh. It moves. It moves at the joint up here. I'm not really sure exactly what it is. Double knees. Once again, be careful. I'm going to say this numerous times. I hope someone doesn't get angry about it and aggravated, but going to say it numerous times. You do want to be careful right around there. Boot cut. And then you have your ankle articulation when it just comes off. Wow. I would say maybe that's supposed to do that, but I don't like that. So we're going to make sure that that thing can go back on, because it'd be an expensive broken part. Huh. This is a lot of fun. I mean, I feel like that thing comes off, but I don't know, because I've never dealt with that with the Mezco. It looks like it's just gonna, looks like it should just pop right back on. Maybe. And I can feel it like moving back and forth on it, but geez. I think I'm gonna stop it for a second and see if I can get this thing back on. There we go. You just got to be careful there. I feel like that's going to come off. He doesn't get a huge articulation here, so I don't know how well he's going to stand. I mean, it does move back and forth, side to side, but yeah, it's a little worrisome. A roadblock here. I guess he doesn't. I mean, he gets a little bit better. His feel better for some reason. I really don't have any issues with roadblock standing or anything, so hopefully we have the same issue with this guy, although I can tell he's a much thinner figure, so, and boots and everything seem to be a little bit. All right, so there you go. Take the hands off. If you've never had a Mezco, they pop off nice and easily. The hands are more of a rubber hand. We definitely got to get a trigger finger on this guy, because he is going to be firing that M16 for sure. So there we have that. When I'm playing cards here, he's going to hold in his left hand. There we go with that. So he can be reading his cards. Now we need some more cards so he can play against some other figures, maybe some G.I. Joes. And Mezco does some really nice art. Or photography. These are the types of things I fear, because if I break a Mezco, then I'm kind of screwed. I'm assuming that when they're doing it, they don't have to worry nearly as much if the soft goods get in the way. All right, so here's his cards. Again, I think it looks good. He can easily look like he's playing them. These hands come off so easy. I wish every company did it like this. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it just works. You pop this on here. I'm assuming this is for the canteen. Now, at this point, as a robot, I'm assuming he's just going to be handing the canteen to Roadblock here. Maybe over here to our Ripcord, Crazy Legs. Gotta offer it to... I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. All right. But I wanted to get... This is clearly the coffee cup hand. So, definitely want this guy to be drinking a cup of coffee. I'm not sure why he needs to be drinking coffee or smoking cigarettes well, he's a robot. But awesome for other figures that you might have. I know I have a Cobra Commander that is drinking coffee these days. So he has his coffee cup. All right. You guys, I think I've seen enough of that. Let's get a couple things onto him. Let's see how he arms up. Now here's the head. Now I'm looking here. Usually Mezco has has a rubber grommet in them. This one does not. So it just popped off real easy. There's the neck. You can see all the, not electronics, but the mechanical devices that are kind of moving it. All right, so I definitely want to get this on them. Then what's kind of cool about his, what's kind of cool about when he doesn't have a hand, it's, you could say it got blown off. That he has to find a way to fix it. I do not know the lore. What I watched from JLS Comics, I was extremely interested in. I did find it intriguing, to say the least, of what the comic was about and how he came about. So, while you're waiting on me to do this, please, if you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified. A lot of people just hear YouTubers say, hit that like button, and they started it right off, but hopefully I've given you something. And these things, this is what you go through with Mezco. You know, you do have to have patience. It is not a classified figure. It is going to take a little bit longer to hook things up, get things going, but in the end, most of the Mezcos, they look amazing. They all look amazing. But there is some frustration. And there's a lot of people that say, hey, you know what, that's not worth $100. And I can't tell you how to spend your money. But what I can do is, with the stuff I do, man, this thing is difficult to get on. And then your hand just starts cramping. So that's why I do this. I like to show you guys if it's something easy or something extremely frustrating. But I will only make you wait so long before I stop this camera and get this on here. And then I can come back to it and kind of show you why I struggled. And I think that is what I'm going to have to do, because this thing is a really, really tight fit. And for some odd reason, that thing there is so close to going in. There we go. Come on, come on. It's off. And that was going to drive me absolutely mad. It is so, man, Mezco. I know these things are tight like this, but man, they're small. All right, I'm going to stop this so I can get this on and I can look at it a little bit better. All right, so you have to just kind of push it up against his belly. I will not be taking that thing off unless if I absolutely have to. All right, so let's get to his pistol. So here's his pistol. I'll take one of the blast effects. I think this is really a little too big for a pistol. But if you're okay with it, then hey, you know what? You go with it. Usually they have a smaller blast effect. I didn't know why they didn't give it to him when he has a smaller pistol like this. So we're going to slide this on here. There we go. And it does look like what I remember most Vietnam, movies and stuff that I played with. I think that's pretty cool. I like the little wire part rather than an actual snap for it. Where are his dog tags? So, take his dog tags. I definitely want these on it. I think this gives the best look, just in general. Kind of gonna move that around. And there we go for Junkyard Joe. You can pop his head right back on. His helmet. It does fit on him. Don't have to worry about it coming off. So that's actually, again, a nice look. Now the knife here, I mean, I don't know how it's supposed to go on. Is there a certain way it goes on? Did they give it to me so I can give it to my Duke and not be frustrated? This is a really tight fit, so I don't know. I don't know what we do with the knife. I'm going to assume not put it on him. Maybe I'll look and see how he looks with it. All right, trigger finger. And again, Mezco hands go on really easy, but they also will come off easy. So what I tell a lot of people, or just what I say a lot, is put the gun in his hand, which I didn't do, and then plug it back in. But this one went on pretty easily. And for him here, we can pry his hand open. And I like using hands like this myself for gripping, because it gives it more an actual realistic gripping look. All right, so here he is. He is a robot Vietnam guy. And again, there is a story that's explaining this, but let's get him in his sexy sniper pose that is trademarked by Coco Smooth, the casual collector. See how easily the hand comes off? You just have to be careful. And I don't care what anyone says, I still think the M16 is a wonderful looking weapon. But that's just me. So there we go. Helmet. He can shoot. Looks pretty nice in my opinion. Take this off. No, I want to have his hand down there. Hang this over there, so you got a sling just kind of hanging over like that. And what should we give him? Make him walking with his, yeah, I have no idea. Let's give him a salute. Let's see how well he can salute. Thank you for sticking with me. Again, I like to show you exactly how well you can pose your figures, how easy they are. And Mezco can be kind of difficult. Again, a lot of accessories, a lot of different things that we can do. But he does stand pretty well. All right. Can't say that I struggle too much other than when his leg fell or his foot fell off. So there you go. No problem there. Get this pistol out. We got our trigger finger. Again, you can use either hand. There we go. I do worry about this since the slide came off, but I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. But I'm wondering if you have a Mezco, if you have this Colt 45, I believe it's a Colt 45, let me know if that's something that is common. All right. Just going to have him running like so. We get him on one foot. There he is with one foot kind of running there. I don't think I've ever tried a Mezco like this on one foot. Again, they do, this is the weak leg. That's the foot that came off too. I don't know if we're gonna get him on one foot. But I think you guys get the idea. Maybe I should try the other foot. I feel more confident for some odd reason. I don't think we're getting one foot here. Yep, he's not going on one foot. At least not during this little session. So if you can get him on one foot, awesome. Have fun. I got to do some pictures with him after this, and then, wow. It's been a long week. A lot of stuff came out. All right, well, that's it. He can stand on 2 feet. You guys are good with that. There you go. All right, so let's wrap this up. All right, so there you go. There is your Junkyard Joe from Mezco. Again, it is an Image Comics IP, so it is not G.I. Joe. It is not trying to be G.I. Joe. It's not GI Combat. It's something different, but you can fit them with G.I. Joes, and maybe this is like your bat killer. Maybe this is something that was designed back in the day, and they bring it out of mothballs because they need something to go after the bats, something to fight your Cobra bats. But here you go. Nice looking figure. Gotta be careful with Mezco. They're expensive. The soft goods look amazing, but you do have to watch your articulation. Make sure you're not putting stress elsewhere where you don't need to. But I don't think there's much more to say. You saw everything. You heard everything. If you like him, he might be still available on Mezco. That's the only place that he's available. I will drop a link to mezco.com where you can go there, check it out. You might have to get on the wait list, but I'm going to get out of here. But you stayed this long because you said, hey, you are interesting. Maybe you didn't say that. You might have said, I want to know more about Junkyard Joe. Or you just said, oh my God, I forgot to skip off this video. But since you are still here and you're on Facebook, please take a second. Go to Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys. That is our Facebook group page. And if you stayed here this long and you still haven't hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Mezco video or a G.I. Joe video or hell, a Mezco G.I. Joe video. And what about a Mezco Junkyard Joe video? Like this one. Here, right there. Pick him up. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Don't go anywhere. Up here is I'm going to leave you a Mezco G.I. Joe review that I've done. And down here will be a playlist of all the Mezco figures that I've done. Take care.